Hey, happy Friday. This is my weekly review from the series Vikings, and this is a recap of episode, I think it's episode 5, Answers in Blood. So, the episode, which was awesome, by the way, if you missed it, ooh, you missed a good one. I'm telling you, set the DVR. Okay, so, the episode opens up where they are, so Lagertha and Bjorn have shown up to help Ragnar in this fight against Jarlborg to take Kattegat back. Okay, so she's walking in and she's hugging Rollo. Now, the thing with Rollo is that, he's got all this newfound joy and everything, and he's trying to be all poetic. It just doesn't work for me. He's been enlightened. You can obviously tell he's been enlightened, but I'm gonna need for him to not go the poetic route. It just doesn't work. Anywho, so she's coming in and saying hi to everybody. And then she sees Princess Aslaug, and she was really very gracious in her greeting. She hugged Aslaug's little boys and all that stuff. Great. So nuts and bolts is they wind up in this battle. So you got Ragnar, Lagertha, Bjorn, Rollo, all of them are fighting together. And this was a truly epic battle scene. It was so good to see Lagertha on the battlefield. I don't think we've really ever seen that before. I mean, you saw when she, in the first season, when she went and raided with Ragnar, and she wound up killing the old Earl, his brother, whatever. But anywho, it was really good to see her on the battlefield being that strong shield maiden that she is, instead of the old, the abused woman role. I can't with that. But anywho, moving on, Athelstan. So, in the last episode, Athelstan got crucified, and that was a really awesome scene. But the king swooped in at the last minute and saved his life, said, hey, cut him down. So, so in this episode, he is sitting with the king in some kind of court. Some random dude has accused his wife of being unfaithful. And so basically the king turns to Athelstan and says, okay, what do the pagans say about this? Athelstan saves this chick's life. But you can tell that the way they are doing this, that he is spiritually tormented. The King Ecbert's son, I don't even know what his name is, went to Athelstan and said, hey, we're Christians here, so I suggest you be at Mass. Okay, so Athelstan goes to Mass, and they serve communion. And so Athelstan, they show him really having this internal struggle about what's real and what isn't as far as he's concerned. And he wound up taking communion, but he goes back to his space and he spits it out, and the King Ecbert's son actually sees him do that. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go. But the way they're showing him is that he is really spiritually tormented. So that makes this really interesting for me to see how they're going to work this out for him. So back at Kattegat with the battle, Ragnar and the crew won. And so they're back in Kattegat getting settled. And, Ragnar is, he's tormented because he loves two women. He's got Lagertha, who is truly his boo thing, but he's also got Aslaug, who's popping out sons like it's totally her job. Okay. So he's trying to choose, he's like, I don't want to choose. I want them both to stay. I'm like, dude, whatever, right? Because Princess Aslaug is in his ear. So what are you going to do about Lagertha? And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, chick, he didn't make you leave, and he was in love with Lagertha. What makes you think he going to make her leave? That's not how this is going to work out. But at the end, which really, it's, at the end, Bjorn, he wants to stay with his dad. He goes raiding, he goes to, what did he do? They went to Kattegat before the battle started and destroyed all the food stores from I had to get that out. Jarlborg. Okay. Anywho, so, he wants to stay in Kattegat with his father, and she's like, hey, okay, cool, you have my permission. But, and she looks at Ragnar at the end, and she's like, look, he's the only thing I have left, so take care of my boy. And she goes back to her husband. So that's going to be interesting if they, in the next episode, really take her back to her husband to see how that's going to work out, to see if she's going to punch that dude in the face again, because last episode, that was just straight awesome. But anyway, so when when Lagertha is getting ready to leave, then here comes Princess Aslaug. Thank you so much for all that you have done to us. I am so indebted to you. I'm like, oh, please. But Lagertha again was so gracious and in her response and everything. So let's see who else. So basically Jarl Borg gets his butt kicked and he's sent back home. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh, but on the battlefield, Bjorn's character, he was kicking major butt. And, when the battle was over, Rolla was like, dude, you fought well today. And then here comes Ragnar. You have much to learn. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, dude, if it wasn't for Bjorn, your butt would not have these other warriors here, because he's the one that went to Lagertha and said, hey, please, let's go help this dude out. Okay. So, I think he needs to know that in life. But anyway, the next episode promises to be just as interesting. I'm telling you, this season. And if you don't know and haven't heard, they have already been signed on for a third season. So we got a whole new year of Vikings coming on. Okay, so I think that's it for the episode. And of course, if I forget something, I'll put it in the description as always. Hey, if we are not connected on Facebook and you're a Vikings lover, connect with me on Facebook. I love to have these conversations about what you think about the characters and stuff. I've never been this excited about a TV show before. I don't think. Anywho, okay, well, I gotta go. I'll see you next week. Bye.